Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. I hope you're all doing well, and in this video we are going to be releasing some tidbits here about Ahsoka's finale with episode 8. We're going to go ahead and hop right on into it. Of course, as well, a little bit later on, I'll also have a full preview video for Ahsoka's finale of episode 8, as well as our reaction and final breakdown video for that episode coming out when the episode comes out. All the more reason to grab that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified for when those videos are coming out. We're also discussing and talking about all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So in this video, we are going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As a read, Ahsoka Episode 8 is getting even closer. The length of both Marvel and Star Wars Disney Plus shows in terms of both runtime and episode count has become a hot topic with fans over the recent years. If you're a Marvel fan, I have a Marvel channel linked in the description down below, but many argue that some of the blockbuster shows haven't been long enough, leading to debate over pacing issues. And so, with the new release of Ahsoka Episode 7, the Disney Plus series will soon come to a close. Ahsoka will premiere Episode 8, its finale, on Tuesday, October 3rd at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, or of course 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the release set to mark the Disney Plus season finale. The Star Wars event show will conclude its 8-episode first season, and as of now, there has been no official confirmation of a Season 2 renewal for Ahsoka just yet, but I'll have a whole nother video discussing that here on the channel in a couple of days. All the more reason to hit that subscribe button. The 8-chapter episode count aligns with the previous kind of Mandoverse and Star Wars shows overall, but especially for The Mandalorian, but it's slightly longer than Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Book of Boba Fett. Star Wars' next live-action show will be Star Wars Skeleton Crew, also set within this whole Mandoverse alongside the Ahsoka show, the Book of Boba Fett, and all seasons of The Mandalorian. It will similarly have that 8-episode run as well, similar to all these other shows. The only live-action Star Wars Disney Plus series to run for more than 8 episodes was, of course, Andor, which featured 12 brilliant episodes, and will do once again for Season 2, hopefully, fingers crossed, coming out a little bit later in 2024 in that fall. So, as I had mentioned, a little bit of a tidbit here for what we might see with Ahsoka Episode 8, its finale here overall. As I had also mentioned, I'll have a full preview video here on the channel a little bit later, deep diving into more of this. As the Ahsoka season finale draws even closer, many will be wondering exactly how the Jedi-led Disney Plus series will conclude and what the fates of its characters will be. For one, since Lars Mikkelson's Grand Admiral Thrawn is expected to be the villain of Dave Filoni's climatic Mandoverse movie that had been announced a little bit earlier this year at Star Wars Celebration, viewers and fans shouldn't expect his story to reach much of a conclusion here just yet, and instead, Ahsoka may lay the groundwork, if for anything, to become a bigger threat in the main Star Wars galaxy as he looks to rebuild the Empire. Ezra Bridger will also likely make his way back to the Star Wars main galaxy as well, hopefully, fingers crossed, to fully reunite with the rest of the Ghost Crew, Hera Syndulla, Zeb. But of course, Episode 7 left a little bit of a problem onto as of how our heroes are actually even going to make their way back to the main Star Wars galaxy, not having any ride there. Also, quickly want to go ahead and throw out that potential theory of that if and when our Star Wars heroes of Ahsoka, Ezra Bridger, Sabine, and Ahsoka do, fingers crossed, make their way back to the main Star Wars galaxy, whether or not this would be in the Ahsoka Episode 8 finale, we do have the potential to see Zeb, who of course first made his live-action debut in The Mandalorian Season 3, but has so far been the only one Rebels surviving leads not to appear in the Ahsoka show. So, 2 of Ahsoka's most popular characters have been Ray Stevenson's Baylan Skoll and Ivana Skokana's Shin Hati, both of whom are mercenaries or bounty hunters, essentially, who have shown some wavering loyalty to Thrawn and his overall cause. There's a lot of other theories discussing and surrounding Baylan Skoll, especially for like who's calling to him, what is he sensing here on this new galaxy, on this new planet Peridia. I also want to discuss and talk about this in a separate feature video here on the channel in more detail and in more depth. All the more reason to grab that subscribe button if you haven't already. But overall, while the former Baylan Skoll probably won't be seen again due to Ray Stevenson's unfortunate passing earlier this year, the latter, Shin Hati, may still have a bright future in the Star Wars galaxy, of course, especially as we saw in Ahsoka Episode 7, as we saw Ahsoka reach her hand out to Shin Hati and say, I can help you, kind of foreshadowing that maybe Shin is going to go to the light side of the Force. I do want to mention, though, however, it doesn't seem that Shin Hati has ever, been one with the light side of the Force, especially seeing that she may be actually, younger than the fall of the Jedi Order, meaning that she was, born, or at least became more of a Jedi, or a Dark Jedi, much rather, with Baylan Skoll after into those events, of course. So she never really experienced anything with the Jedi Order or during the Clone Wars, of course, especially as Baylan Skoll is like kind of describing so many of his like war stories essentially from the Clone Wars era, what it was like being on the Jedi Council or a part of the Jedi Order, much rather. So of course, there's a lot to come with just those two characters like alone. Like they have a lot to do with wrapping things up for Baylan Skoll, his overall character, especially as he seems to like abandon Thrawn's cause, his like whole army, and like kind of just sends Shin Hati on her way to finish that dirty work there, especially, and he kind of just like wanders off and goes and does like his own thing, as we saw in episode 7. That will hopefully, of course, be revealed finally in the finale episode for Ahsoka. Maybe even at that, like teasing and featuring what might happen down the line, and not just the Ahsoka show, but like down the line of the future Mandoverse here overall, like future seasons of The Mandalorian, a potential future season of the Book of Boba Fett, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, Rangers of the New Republic, and Dave Filoni's big Mandoverse cultimation movie, of course, as well. One last thing here, though, however, it is currently unclear whether or not Ahsoka will feature a post-credits scene, as the only live-action Star Wars Disney Plus series to feature was The Mandalorian Season 2. Okay, well, fairly so did Andor as well. However, if the Ahsoka show does like include something as a post-credit scene, it could be used to lay the more heavy groundwork for another season, like a season 2 of Ahsoka, Dave Filoni's Mandoverse movie, or of course, or even the Mandoverse's next show, as I had mentioned, Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I especially believe 2 of those, like an Ahsoka season 2 isn't something that's been confirmed yet, so they definitely have the opportunity to like confirm that like we're gonna see more of Ahsoka down the road here in the a potential Ahsoka season 2. And I also have a heavy feeling that it could be for Star Wars Skeleton Crew as well, like the post-credit scene that we could see at the end of Ahsoka episode 8. It's been especially like rumored around in the last couple of months, rumors regarding Skeleton Crew, is that the Ahsoka show has done and did a lot already kind of with setting things up for Star Wars Skeleton Crew, and it's even been described and teased at from some of the cast and crew members that have worked on Star Wars Skeleton Crew that the Ahsoka show kind of leads directly into those events of Skeleton Crew. Of course, though, however, as I had mentioned, I don't want to get too like far deep into any of this stuff. This is all stuff I'm going to be discussing and talking about in future separate videos here on the channel a little bit down the road. Of course, as I had also mentioned, I'll have a full Ahsoka episode 8 finale preview video, as well as our reaction and breakdown video here on the channel regarding references, Easter eggs, and things that you might have missed throughout that episode. I also already have our breakdown videos for all the other Ahsoka episodes here on the channel already, so go check those out. I'll also catch you guys in the next video. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. May the Force be with you. Peace out.